we have this young lady here, Sabrina Carpenter. Now, I don't know how much of the conscious approach community is aware of Sabrina Carpenter. You probably know who she is. She's pretty damn popular. Um, I didn't even put two and two together. Me personally, um, you know, so I was a big fan of the TV show Boy Meets World growing up.
Mhm.
And many years later, they did a revival, but it was Girl Meets World. And
Uh-huh.
she was one of the people on the show Girl Meets World. But I didn't even put two and two together because like she was a baby on that show, so I barely recognized her. Come to
Mhm.
find out, this little celebritante, who's always flaunting her assets and her music, is the same person that was from Girl Meets World. So
Interesting.
shouts out to Boy Meets World. I didn't like Girl Meets World too much, but Boy Meets World is a classic, man.
Absolutely.
But that's not why we're talking about Sabrina Carpenter. We're talking about Sabrina Carpenter because she's I guess she's about to release a new album,
Hmm. Hmm.
and there's a lot of talk about her album cover, and it's a bit racy, and people aren't a fan of it. So she's responding to all of the critics who have something to say about the look of her album cover, and apparently her like her performance style is sexually charged. I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of sexual innuendo and a lot of sexually charged messaging and underlying undercurrents in her performances. And so she's responding to a lot of that from people who have something to say about it. And the impetus for a lot of this was with the way people responded to the album cover for, I guess, an upcoming album of hers that's getting ready to come out. So this says Sabrina Carpenter breaks silence on man's best friend album cover backlash. Sabrina Carpenter spoke out about the backlash to her new album cover for the first time, and she remains unbothered. An ex user shared a photo of the man's best friend album art with the comment, "Does she have a personality outside of sex?" earlier this month, and Carpenter, 26, didn't hesitate to respond. "Girl, yes, and it is good," she replied. The Grammy winner announced her seventh studio album last week, and while her Carpenters, that what they call her fan base, her Carpenters.
I guess.
And while her Carpenters were thrilled by the news, the cover art, which shows her on all fours as a man grabs her hair, caused a stir on social media, with some critics accusing her of playing into regressive stereotypes. There goes one of
Uh,
those. There goes one of those buzzwords.
yeah, man. Of course.
Regressive. Carpenter's ex comment marks the first time she's directly addressed criticism of the cover, which she debuted on June 11th. One day later, Rolling Stone published an interview with the Espresso singer where she discussed previous backlash she's faced over the innuendo in her short and sweet tour. So this is the album cover. That's the album cover. So that's the context for you. That's the album cover.
Hmm.
It's always so funny to me when people complain, she said. They're like, all she does is sing about this. But those are the songs that you made popular. Clearly you love sex. You're obsessed with it. Carpenter noted that Carpenter noted that there's a lot more to her show than the now famous Juno position sequence, but her critics seem to ignore the more earnest elements of her concerts and discography. There's so many more moments than the Juno positions, but those are the ones you post every night and comment on. I can't control that. If you come to the show, you'll also hear the ballads. You'll hear the more introspective numbers. I find irony and humor in all of that because it seems to be a recurring theme. I'm not upset about it, other than I feel mad pressure to be funny sometimes. She added, go away. She added, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I truly feel like I've never lived in a time where women have been picked apart more and scrutinized in every capacity. It's not just kidding. I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about every female artist that is making art right now. While Carpenter can't please everyone, she has at least one supporter on the Real Housewives of Orange County star Tamra Judge. What's all the fuss about? Looks like me in the 80s, Judge 57. See, she's 57, bro. Old thoughts. I'm telling you, man, this stuff is just
Uh,
aging with us.
damn.
Judge 57 quit via X last week alongside a photo of the cover. Man's best friend is out August 29th. So I told you, bro, 57 years old, and she is clearly putting her thoughtism on full display. This
Unbelievable.
whoever this Real Housewives chick is, I don't even know. I don't even know who that is. So, what are your thoughts on Miss Sabrina Carpenter coming to defend herself against the critics who are saying that her stuff is too sexually charged and there's too much sexual innuendo, and her saying that clearly you're obsessed with sex because that's the stuff y'all talk about and that's what you make the most popular.
Now, first, let me start with the album cover. I do think the album cover is quite tame. I've seen worse on album covers. I guess it's what it's suggesting, that she is being a submissive, which is a hell no in today's. Oh, it's regressive. I guess that's what it's suggesting. I guess that's what the backlash is coming from. But I think it's just because I haven't really heard of this young lady before. But of course, man, I go down rabbit holes and I start to figure out what's going on here. And she is sexually charged. A lot of her stuff is, at least from what I've seen, is sexual. But credit her, at least to her post, is she actually has ballots allegedly, and people don't post those, so they only post her raunchy stuff. But I'm telling you, she's got quite a bit of it. So I could see if it was just this post here or that song there, but it seems to be a recurring theme. But also credit to her and her post, at least she knows that about consumers. So she knows that if she gets raunchy in her shows, raunchy in her music, that's what people obsess about, and they repost it for her. So she pretty much just snitched on herself on what her algorithm is. And her algorithm is to get in the algorithm by doing things that are salacious and highly sexualized. Because everybody else in the world right now is freaked out. So they always posting about sex. So she knows that's what everybody's on, and she's exploiting it and getting a bag out of it. On top of that, okay, these labels love a good little floor. You know what I'm saying? So there's the different types. So there's like because she's definitely in the category of box rappers. So she's not rapping, so I guess she's doing box ballads. Okay. But she's definitely in the art of selling sex.
She's a box pop star.
She's a
She
box
does,
pop star.
yeah,
Very good.
box pop.
Box
Yeah.
pop. Very good. Hey, let's trademark that. Goddamn box pop. But yeah, there's definitely. So she's doing box pop. And so the artist is best when they love the job. They love the troll. They do it for the love of the game. And so at that point they'll do and say anything, because they love to troll. And so Ice Spice is a bad example of that. She just shows up and takes pictures and does her twerk, and then she doesn't know what to do. She looks kind of lost a lot. All right. But then there's the Meg Thee Stallions, for instance, who loves the game. She really loves the game. She does it for the love of the game in a lot of instances. She's doing it for a check, but she loves the attention and she loves to, pop box. Or Lotto, we talk about Lotto, and there's others. Hell, our girl Erica Banks, because she's not selling any records, she's going on a stripper tour. Okay, so she's going out literally hitting from strip club to strip club and shaking her behind. Her overly synthetic BBL.
Why not?
Yeah, and she's getting a bag out of it more than she would get off record sales. She would do a better job touring and doing stripping than she would touring and actually doing shows. So it's actually not a bad business model for a worker. So for the women out there that love the game and the industry can exploit them and the street seem to love them too, much like this Carpenter lady, she's going to take this and run with it. She's selling out shows, and people are eating it up. So just be on the lookout, guys. Box Pop is headed near you. Yeah, it's headed near you, man. So it looks like they got themselves a new Madonna, and they're gonna ride these wheels until hell. Madonna's out here, looking crazy in her 60s, damn near 70.
Speaking of
She ain't
aging,
never, yeah, she ain't never
speaking,
gave it up.
yeah, speaking of aging thoughts, that's correct. Yeah,
So what are your
yeah.
thoughts, man, on this Carpenter lady, man, just running around here? People giving her backlash for the album cover, but what are your thoughts on what she had to say about these consumers loving it? So why not give it to them? What are your thoughts, man?
Honestly, I think people need to get off her back.
Yeah.
I think people need to get off her back. She's 100% correct. Clear that those are the songs that are the most popular. Those are the ones that y'all talk about the most. Clearly, you love sex and you're obsessed with it. She's 100% correct about that. To speak to something that you like to say often here on this channel when we somewhat touch on similar topics, humans in general have been over sexualized. There is an overabundance of sexual stimulation
Yes.
that people in general encounter on a daily basis.
Yes.
And I think the reason why the sexual marketplace has proliferated to the extent that it has is due to the overstimulation of sexual content that people routinely come into contact with. So, was there always artists, musicians, rappers, pop stars who talked about sex and relationships in their music? Yes. Has it become more overt and explicit over time? Yes. But that is something that has occurred concurrently with humans over sexualization, which in my opinion is working in tandem with the way that we are inundated with sexual images and content all the time. I've told you before, I don't even search this stuff to see things that have a sexual undertone in my feeds every day. Every day. Even when I am being sold something that has nothing really to do with sex, like a masterclass subscription, or buying a new product, a grill or an egg grill. So it doesn't matter what it is. I am being sold to it by an above average or extremely attractive woman 9 times out of 10 in every ad that comes across my radar. That is not by accident, that's on purpose. People's sexual stimulation is beyond the point of reasonable. And I think that has sort of perpetuated the way people interact and deal with music. She is merely profiting off of this. If you take issue with her music, I feel as though you should take issue with the over sexualized stimulation of people.
Yes.
Because she's absolutely 100% right. And I don't, it is what it is, man. She, to me, is not the source of the problem. She's not the root. Therefore, I take no issue with what she's doing. She's no different than the rest of these celebrities and entertainers and particular women, female musicians who are doing the same thing.
Yep.
It put it to you this way. If Sophie Rain, okay, if you need any evidence that we are as humans overly obsessed with sex, if a 20-year-old girl, because I'm not calling her a woman, she's 20 years old. If a 20-year-old girl can get on OnlyFans and make $50 million in a year, that should tell you everything that you need to know about how over sexualized we are. If she can receive donations from one person in the amount of $5 million over the course of a year, that gives you an idea of how over sexualized we are. You got one guy who donated this 20-year-old girl $5 million over the course of a year. If she made $50 million in a year, that means she made $45 million from other people who are over sexualized.
Is that Sophie Rain girl? Is she clapping cheeks or she just taking pictures?
I don't think she's smashing.
That's nuts. If she made 50 million off taking pictures, that is insane.
I think she's doing the whole. I think the way she runs her OnlyFans, based on the articles that I've read, is she's like, "Oh, get to be my friend, and you get exclusive access to my photos, and I'll talk to you." It's BS.
Wow. finesse.
She is her place in the sexual marketplace is to be a haven for sexually repressed incels, to which clearly there are many. So my whole thing is it's all the same dynamic. It's the same animal. The same dynamic that allows for an individual such as Sophie Rain to persist is the same dynamic that makes it acceptable for Sabrina Carpenter to do her thing musically. So if you're going to have a problem with Sabrina Carpenter, you need to have a problem with the rest of it. But she has a whole lot of people selling out those shows, and she has a whole lot of people streaming that music. So there's a whole lot of people who are in favor of it.
Yeah.
So where are all the hypocrites coming out of the woodwork complaining about her sexually charged music or her performances when you ain't railing about the rest of this stuff? Because it's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying people need to get off her back because she didn't create it. She's just benefiting from it. Honestly, that's how I feel about it. And the last thing that I'll say, and this might seem, this is the part that probably or might rub people the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
This might offend some of our listeners and our watchers out there. But listen, man, the fact of the matter is, we can go on and on talking about regressive stereotypes and
oh shit.
we can go on and on talking about regressive stereotypes and this sets women back and all she does is talk about sex and her album cover is too racy. The fact of the matter is, most women enjoyed being on all fours with their hair pulled.
Oh, come on. Damn, son.
Okay. So this to me is much ado about nothing because she is merely parroting what women already enjoy on their private time anyway. There's nothing necessarily offensive about this as far as I'm concerned because women like this kind of stuff. All right. They want to have those kinds of visceral experiences in their own private lives. Put it that way. So she's merely speaking to that part of that animalistic nature that women have in them. So as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing to see here because that's a fantasy that 8 out of every 10 women regularly think about and indulge in anyway. So what are we talking about?
Hey, bro, if you're not pulling hair out here in the game, bro, I don't know what you're doing, bro.
You're not doing it right. Yeah.
Because it'd be situations where it's like, hey man, I don't know if I should go to that, and I just go for it anyway. And good thing I did. And good thing I did, because had I not, I might have been on the short list. Right.
That's right.
So fair point there. I don't know how many people are going to agree with that, sir, but at least the way you said it.
It is what it is. They know what I'm saying is true.
Yeah, man, we all adults here, man. Come on, y'all. But yeah, man, fair points, man. And everybody's freaked out right now. It's everybody's on some, you know what I'm saying? Well, not everybody. A lot of people are. Unfortunately, I had the displeasure of finding out about something called a Philly sidecar. Have you heard of this, sir?
No, do tell.
Okay, so this is honestly one of the sickest things we can do. I'll try to make it as PG as possible. But this is what happens when someone has a procedure done where their colon is no longer where their colon is at, and it's now positioned somewhere on their gut. So there's a bag, a catheter type bag that their bowels are excreted in. So the Philly sidecar is when you take the bag off and you engage.
Oh my God. This can't be real. You cannot be. No, that you're making that up.
Damn. Hey, I didn't make that up. So I don't know where. I don't know who decided to do this. I don't even know where you. There's not even that many people in population, I would say, but who knows, man? Gut health is crazy nowadays. So all I'm saying is, man, is yes, I found out about that term. Yes, I was just as disturbed as you all, but that's where we're at in the world, baby, where people are doing that. Okay. So y'all be safe out here, man. And when people are doing Philly sidecars, this girl could be on all fours.
Yes.
Okay.
That puts it into a very good perspective.
Yeah, man. I mean, she's fully clothed in that thing too. I think they're the regression thing. I think it's more of a feminist take than it's over sexualized.
Yeah, women who don't have men.
Yeah.
That's like women who don't have men are probably the ones who are angry and upset about this, because women who have men routinely enjoy being in the position that's on that album cover.
Hey,
Trust
man,
me.
you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? And but hey guys, if our previous episodes hadn't gotten us canceled, maybe this one maybe this one will. This one's in left field a little bit.
Hey, they need to lay off this girl's back. She told no lies. We are obsessed with sex. We are overly sexually stimulated. And so she didn't create that problem. She's making money off of it. You want to see that dynamic get dialed back a little bit? Let's address some of the root, because it ain't her. Trust me. Sabrina Carpenter did not create our penchant for over sexualized stimulation.
Yeah. And she didn't create Box Pop. You know,
No.
she's just the latest agent of it. So, you know, get comfortable, y'all. If y'all never heard of her before, you guys will. Trust and believe. Crazy.